What's going on, writers? It's another episode of Get Them Words In, and today I wanted to just talk about what you can do with a little. As writers, we've talked about a writer's space and finding time to write. I've been pretty open about kind of my writing schedule, how I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and try and get that block of time in first thing in the morning to do it. Do the most important things for my writing career first, which is getting words in. And today, none of that happened. Today, I came down and I stared at spelling mistakes for an hour and 10 minutes before waking up my wife and going upstairs and spending our quiet time together. I didn't get any words done then. Now, I'm in this kind of unique position now between jobs where I had extra kind of pockets of time during the day, but even those got filled up. I didn't get my writing done where I thought I was going to get it done, and then after taking the kids to school and getting all breakfast done and all that kind of stuff, I had a little bit of chunk of time. I had to take one of my kids to the dentist, and then I have a little bit more time here, and I have to go pick up one of my other kids. They got a cross-country meet, and I'm going to have a little bit of time before football practice starts with my boys, and then a little bit more time at the end of the day, and it's just all these little bits of time. At first glance, if you wrote that down on a calendar, you were like, I don't have enough time to write anything during that time. I don't have enough time to make that work. The only suggestion I have for you guys is to trust what you can do with a little if you really want to write. If you really are inspired and you really are feeling that you have that kind of ability inside you and you really have ideas in your head that you want to get down on paper and you only have 20 minutes, spend that 20 minutes writing. I had about maybe a 30-minute chunk in between dropping my kids off from school, since I didn't get writing done then, and time where I had to get a whole bunch of housework done because we've got family coming over, all that kind of stuff. I had about 30 minutes, and it was really only 30 minutes that I could do something. And I sat down, I opened up my Word doc, I did what writers are supposed to do, and I showed up for work. And I was able to get 1,400 words down, but normally I aim for 5. Why? Because I knew what the scene was. I knew what I wanted to communicate. I knew all these things. They'd been just kind of stirring in my mind, and I knew I just needed to show up so that they could show up on the page. You got to show up in the chair so words show up in the page. And sure enough, it worked. And it was only it was a fraction of what I normally spend. It was half of what I normally spend on writing, and I got twice as many words as I aim for when I normally write. I aim for 500 words. It's actually almost 3 times as much as I normally write. I aim for 500 words. I usually land on the north side of that. I usually land around 600 words, 800 words sometimes, depending on what I'm going for. And I really try and nail a couple pages. And today it just got out with even less times. And that had nothing to do with my, how fast I type or how perfect my outline was. My outline was literally like one sentence on a Trello card that said what I wanted to accomplish in the sentence, and I had just been thinking about it for the last day. I had a bunch of images that I could use, and I just showed up to be creative. I got my ass in a chair and my hands on a keyboard, and it worked. And I want to stress that for you guys, that sometimes writing life's messy, sometimes writing life's complicated, sometimes writing life is busy, because you're real people. You have families that need you, and you shouldn't be taking your time away from your families. That's one of the reasons why I write at 5 o'clock in the morning, because all my family's asleep, and I'm not stealing time away from them as a husband and a father. That's important, but also be available to your writing. Be available when you have half an hour and the freedom to write. Show up, get to work. Show up and put your hands on that keyboard and get those words in. You will be amazed at what you'll be able to accomplish. 1,400 words is a great writing sprint, okay? A lot of writers wish for that kind of stuff. And that kind of progress only happened because I made myself available, and I didn't write myself off as a writer that needs an hour of uninterrupted time in my dark little writing cave. I mean, it is kind of dark in here, but I didn't write myself off because of the time constraint. I knew I only had about 30 minutes, and I maximized on that 30 minutes. I opened up Trello, which was fast and easy. I got to the card, which was easy to find. I didn't have to light candles or have tea or, any of those kind of things. I simply got to work, and I highly recommend it, because that is one of those experiences that happens infrequently, but does happen because you show up to do the work. So don't sell yourself short. And look for the little things. Look for the 20 minutes that you consistently have that maybe goes unnoticed. Maybe it's 20 minutes of break time at work where you can pull out your phone and you can write a small scene in the notes. Maybe it's extended time at night. A lot of people just kind of like veg out and watch Netflix. Put your laptop on your lap while you're watching Netflix. What's the worst that's going to happen? A lot of people, they're looking at their phone anyway when they're watching Netflix with their loved ones. Just do that, but right. You would be amazed at all the times where your writing can express itself when you let it, when you don't restrict it because of your environment. It's great to have an environment to write in. I love having my office, but it's also great to be flexible and be willing to show up to work when work is available to do, or when work could be done that maybe doesn't show itself in the structured planning that a writer's life also needs. So have those two things in tension. Look for the little things, and get them words in.